The Sazerac Bar right here in New Orleans originally started with the Sazerac Coffee House. Opened in the middle 1800s over in the French Quarter, and then it opened up in the early 1900s in our current gift shop. This bar originally opened in the hotel in 1939 as just the main bar of the hotel. Fast forward 10 years to 1949, the owner of the hotel bought the rights to the Sazerac Bar, and since 1949, it has been the Sazerac Bar here in the Roosevelt. The second you walk in, you're just shown this beautiful space that's all made from one African walnut tree, whether it's the side of the walls or the bar top. Then you have the murals to see. Paul Nines, a famous painter here in town, painted them. These are the original murals that opened in 1939. We have a high standard of hospitality. The bartenders are dressed impeccably, right? White jackets, white shirts, black ties, and the standard that they execute their service as well as their cocktails is bar none. When a guest comes to the Sazerac Bar, they're gonna expect a place that introduces you to the city of New Orleans quite well. We have a very strong passion for cocktails that were around when this bar was opened, right? The Sazerac originated at the Sazerac Coffee House. Dr. Peychaud's was there with his bitters. A lot of people would come for coffee and for some of these little solutions to help their stomach. Lo and behold, men started hanging out there. He started adding a little bit of brandy, a little bit of cognac, and it developed into a very simple cocktail that started as cognac, Peychaud's bitters, simple syrup. Later, it has adjusted to include a little bit of the absinthe. And in the late 1800s, there was a big bug infestation over in Europe, and brandy exports were essentially cut to zero. At that time, rye whiskey was developing in the United States, and it was a very simple switch that a lot of people enjoyed, and that's still the recipe that we use to this day. On average, we make about 4,000 of these a week, and that's probably on an average week. In December, when we have Winter Wonderland here, it can be twice as much, if not more. Ramos Gin Fizz is a great cocktail that we have on our menu, and we take pride in that. It is a cocktail with gin, lemon and lime, egg white, cream, a little bit of orange blossom water, and soda water. So it creates this nicely balance of floral and botanical and sweet and sour, and then creaminess that brings this nice silky texture that really creates a very unique drink that not a lot of places will have on their menu because it's complicated to make. You have to shake it right. You have to make sure that the glassware is chilled. And the other nice part of that is it creates a nice foaming top that rises above the glass that the straw can sit perfectly in. So not only the recipe in itself, but the technique that it takes to make it, the passion that you must have to really make sure that it is executed right, and then it's just an amazing drink to enjoy. Huey Long, the governor here, would come here frequently, and that was his drink of choice. He would buy rounds and rounds for everybody to enjoy. When he would visit New York City, he would fly the bartenders here from the Sazerac Bar up to New York City just to teach the bartenders there how to make a proper Ramos Gin Fizz. Tales of the Cocktail is a collection of the best minds of food and beverage in the world. To be nominated as a finalist for the top hotel bar in the country, it shows you that this team has such a deep passion for something of this nature, and they're well deserving. I think that the high standard of just hospitality, especially food and beverage, is just a core entity of what New Orleans is, because our neighbors and everyone else carry themselves at such a high standard, and we believe that we want to be the best of the best. It only elevates us all. A rising tide raises all ships, and the community here has done such a great job just elevating the hospitality and especially the food and beverage scene, and to highlight that, the cocktail scene.